this kind of comment is so annoying. What's the point in the Messiah dying? I'll tell you what the point wasn't. It wasn't that he was going to come and die so that you could break the Holy Covenant. The whole reason why the fatherless, the whole cause of the fatherless and the widow. We're told to judge the cause of the fatherless and the widow. The cause is war. Why does war come? Because of the forsaking of the Holy Covenant. And it will always be that way. When great tribulation comes, it will be because the wrath of God comes because of the disobedience of the church, the forsaking of the Holy Covenant. And what does Daniel tell us? That the Antichrist is going to gain intelligence with the people that forsake the Holy Covenant. So who's that talking about? It's talking about the church, aka you, that believe in the 2 Thessalonians 2 replacement of the Messiah, which is Jesus Christ, the lawless one. You sure will say, depart from me. I never knew you who work lawlessness. The Messiah came to fulfill the law. So what's the point in the Messiah dying? He came to fulfill the law, to fulfill all of the prophecies written about him in the law. He came to end, you putting the light on? He came to end sacrificial law, because Deuteronomy 31 says that the law, the book of the law, will be put in the side of the Ark of the Covenant. And the law of Moses was added to the Holy Covenant given at Horeb until the seed should come to refresh the Holy Covenant. That's Acts 3 and Galatians 3. So the whole point was that the sacrificial law was a schoolmaster, a temporary schoolmaster at that. So he came to end sacrificial law because it said in the law that it was temporary. That's how he fulfilled that prophecy. Isaiah 42, he's going to come and elevate the law. That doesn't mean do away with the law. It means elevate the law. He's going to put a magnifying glass over the front of the book and tell you what matters and tell you how to fulfill it. You've said that Jesus came and died to fulfill the law for the people who can't fulfill the law. If you can't fulfill the law, you can't do all things through the Messiah, which strengthens you of the Spirit. Look at them bricks. If you can't fulfill the law, you can't obey the Messiah. Because Romans 13 tells you that you have to fulfill the law. Because you have to love God and neighbour as yourself. So, if Paul says there's a love that fulfills the law, and that the Messiah fulfilled the law, and that the works he did, we have to do also. That's what that comes out of the Messiah's mouth. We have to do the same works that he did. That's the love that fulfills the law. That's the law of the Messiah. That's the elevation of the law, loving God and neighbour. So what does that mean? Deuteronomy 6, how to love God. You keep the Holy Covenant, and you teach your children to keep the Holy Covenant. How to love your neighbour. Leviticus 19. Wow. Leviticus 19. To love your neighbour means that you rebuke them of their sin so that they don't suffer the consequence of the sin. That's why the Messiah called everyone to watch. When he called everyone to watch, he was telling everyone to love your neighbour as yourself. Loving your neighbour as yourself and washing feet is all just idioms for the same thing. It's having the love of the brethren. It's having the love of the church. Love your enemies. The church. You literally love your enemies when you rebuke the church because they're your enemies, because they put your name. I always butcher that. They put your name away. They put you away, calling you evil for teaching them the goodness of God. That's why Paul says in the latter days, people are going to be despisers of those that are good. It's talking about the Beatitudes. Those that are good are preaching the good things and the good tidings. The good tidings is the refreshing of the Holy Covenant. So Acts 3 tells you that if you don't listen to the Messiah that Moses spoke of in Deuteronomy 18, because it's quoting it, you'll be cut off from among your people. Now, when you read Deuteronomy 18, it says that the Messiah will teach on behalf of Jehovah everything that Israel desired at Horeb. Now, you need to tell me what Israel desired at Horeb. Because you're going to find out that they desired the life-giving water, and that rock, the rock at Horeb, represented the Messiah in 1 Corinthians 10. Tells you that. So is the Messiah going to come and just preach, all who are thirsty, come and take a drink? It was an idiom. He gave them the 10 Commandments at that rock, in that place where the life-giving water spilled out. And Psalm 105 tells you that when Moses smote the rock and the waters came out and the covenant was given, he remembered his friend Abraham or servant Abraham. He remembered his servant Abraham. Why does that matter? Because the covenant was gave to Abraham first and it was confirmed in Israel. Luke 1:72. I'm going to perform the mercy. The Messiah is going to perform the mercy. That's ending sacrificial law. That's blood on the mercy seat. No more sacrifice. He prefers mercy and not sacrifice. You go on to tell me that I need to be stoned according to the law. You missed the Messiah, mate. He prefers mercy and not sacrifice. Mercy is what I'm doing right now. Mercy is me telling you how to fulfill the law for yourself. The Messiah fulfilled the law of love. We have to do it too. We're commanded to do it. The love fulfills the law. If you don't love God and if you don't love your neighbor, how can you say that you even love God? And you can only love your neighbor if you've taken the log out of your own eye to judge righteously. That means you keep the 10 Commandments in order to teach them. And if you do that, you'll be great in the kingdom of heaven. So what's the point in the Messiah dying? You, like all Christians, are so entitled that you think that the Messiah came for you to break the 10 Commandments and not have it attributed on you. It's disgusting.